Okay, I don't want to wait any longer. We're live? I think we're live now. Hey everybody, it's Semantics, founder over at Nerdcrafty, finally getting back around to the great map experiment. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get back to this. For some reason, I had it in my head that I had to make sure that all of the previous draws that we had collaborated on were finished with their final art and all the text before I could continue on with the stream. And I don't think if that's necessarily true. So I'm gonna press on. We're gonna keep crowdsourcing these, and I'll try and get them out as quickly as I can for everyone to use in their games and stories and everything. But, well, maybe I should explain the stream first in case there's anyone new watching. Is there anyone new? If you're new, say hi in chat. This is a highly chat interactive stream, so I'm right here looking at it right now. So if you type something in, I'll be able to see it. I'll need to be able to hear some suggestions from you, because what we're doing is, you can see this big old map we got over here. This is a map that I created that has 45 different locations on it. We filled out 4 of them already, and we are going through stream by stream and trying to take a couple of hours, and I've actually expanded this stream by an hour, so we have 3 hours now if y'all can stand it. We'll see what happens. But we're picking locations, and we are building basically locations that are notable, like either cities or temples, things like that. And the idea is to have this map when we're done that has fully flushed out lore already involved, and then we can take that and use it to run our RPG games, or to write stories, or basically use it in whatever creative capacity you would like to use it in. It belongs to all of us. I'm just doing the artwork for it and kind of facilitating it. So, the last time, which was, 2 months ago, before we took our season break, and, has it been 3 months? Oh no. I think it's been 3 months, since we had our last stream. But last stream, we decided at the end that we wanted to do a shop inside of a volcano. And once we came to that conclusion, I already knew the perfect location. So we're looking at I'm calling this one the Eastern Continent. So we have like West. I'm so backwards right now. Call me out on these things when you see them, please. So this is the West continent, including this island over here. North Continent, East Continent, and South Continent. So if we zoom in over here to the Western Continent, you can see already, like, number 12 over here is a volcano. Like, it's already a volcano. I decided that I wanted to make some kind of feature here. And I think what we're going to be doing is... Oh, hi, Zach! What we'll do is we'll essentially put, like, a cave structure there, and we're going to put some kind of shop inside of it. I know that I think Shane Bio Outbreak in chat has already mentioned something like SMRPG. I'm assuming you're meaning Super Mario RPG, which is the only SMRPG that I'm going to recognize because it is the one that I love the most. You can also think like Stardew Valley, right? Because there's a couple of caves with some dwarves in that where they have shops. Specifically, if you've played the 1.5 update, the one on Ginger Island. So we're gonna kind of go in the same sort of direction. So we'll end up drawing out like the cave structure a little bit and kind of pinpointing where the shop is. And I already have my canvas all set up over here. that out of the way. For our volcano shop. So the 3 things that I thought we could work on. What's his name? Hippo? Hippo from what, Zach? I don't know if the dwarf has a name in Stardew Valley, so I am not sure. It's been forever since I played Super Mario RPG. But I thought we could focus on what goods or services the shop is going to offer, the owner, employees, family, etc., NPCs that might be involved in the shop. So basically the characters that our plot characters are going to be interacting with. And then we could talk about, like, cave features and the lore of the area, because, you know, it's super interesting when there's a volcano in a cave in fantasy, so there's gotta be some kind of story behind it, right? So, I don't know, what sounds good to everybody to work on first? Do you want to talk about what this cave has to offer? Do we want to talk about the characters inside of the cave shop? Or should we talk about the features of the volcano and the lore surrounding the volcano first? I've got them numbered right there, so give me 1 for good services, 2 for NPCs, and 3 for features and lore. We'll just wait on chat for a little second. While I'm waiting for some responses... so Shane is voting 3, features and lore. Let's see if we can get... does anybody want to second that? And while you're contemplating that, I'll wait for a couple more responses in chat to see who we have here, because it says I have 3 viewers according to Streamlabs, but that's often wrong. So if anybody wants to chime on in, you totally can. Also, I want to bring attention down to the bar at the bottom. We are almost to our goal of reaching affiliate status with Twitch. We could use a couple more people to really just pitch in, and then we can start getting a little bit of something for all of our creators over here at Nerdcrafty. I also I accept tips. Oh, we got a first-time chatter. Just got this fully downloaded, but I'm behind because of stupid loading garbage. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. We've barely started yet, so hopefully you can join us. Right now, I can only see. Oh, I hope that's okay. It's showing up as, I think, a phone number. That's probably not good. Should I take that down? Oh no. Okay. We're just gonna pretend we don't see that, everybody. And when this goes onto YouTube, I will censor that out so we don't have any random phone numbers floating around. But I also, in the spirit of tipping the artist, accept tips through Ko-fi. My Ko-fi link is on the screen. It's ko.fi /semanticsdm. It's tiny to me right now where I can see it, so you can probably read it better than I can. But if you like what you see, if you support the stream, those are the best ways to support directly. We also have a Patreon that I will promote a little bit more later. But I don't see any other responses in chat, so I'm gonna go with Shane's suggestion. We will start with the features and the lore of this volcano area. So, oh, Nick! It won't let you change your name? Oh, no! Okay, well, I'm glad you could join, Nick. I wish I could help you on the Twitch side of things, getting things straightened out. Yeah, I'm not sure how you do that. You might have to contact them. You know what? Let's just do this. Nick is a fabulous actor and voice performer. If you want to get in contact with Nick, there's the number. Hire him, pay him, because he does excellent work and he deserves to be paid for his work. So if anything, we got you covered now, Nick. So we'll get started on the features and lore. So obviously the volcano is volcanic. That's a given. I'm not going to write that down. Do we want this to be kind of like Do we think it's like smooth, like the lava has smoothed it all out? Is it like an older volcano where the cap has kind of been covered? What's everybody thinking? We could make it like an explosive volcano. I'm thinking like Mount St. Helens. Or we could make it more like the more recent volcano that, I forget what the name of it, and would probably pronounce it incorrectly anyway, the one that was in Iceland. I feel like it's definitely more interesting if it's active, right? At least on the inside. I think we're just gonna have to make that call. A dormant volcano is just not as fun. Yeah. Shane agrees, always active. Definitely prefer active, yeah. That's going to lend itself to some interesting things because, you know, in fantasy, volcanoes are often used as forges. Maybe that's one of the reasons why there's a shop there. Maybe they've decided a way to, active maybe high tide, low tide moments. Yeah, dormant is Snoresville. So what do you mean by high tide, low tide moments, Zach? Do you mean like the lava comes in? I'm imagining like lava tidal forces. I don't know if that's what you mean. It is also kind of near an ocean, so that is also kind of an option if we want water to come in and cool things down. Just to kind of remind you, it's this area near the shore. More activity, less activity moments. Okay. So it's not, we're talking like not a constant lava flow. It's got magma there. But yeah, some active bubbling pools, some almost hardening pools. Yeah. Well, Shane, that's a great suggestion to do a magical wonder. We did a magical wonder on a previous stream. So I think having this be more of a mundane volcano is going to narrow our scope a little bit, especially since we're trying to do this on a time limit. So with the active pools and the almost hardening pools, that could lend itself to some interesting features if we want to like make it more of a system that can be explored. Because we can have like the places where it's hardening kind of be more dangerous, where like pressure can build up and explode. So that could even like lend some security or some traps. Just some naturally occurring traps. Active in varying degrees. I think that tracks. Let's go ahead and we'll do that. So some areas more active than others. All right. So, do we want it to be like an expansive cave system, or do you want it to be kind of a tight and small cave system? Because it could get pretty expansive if we wanted it to. I mean, I'm always more inclined to make it smaller for streams like this. But there's also, I mean, if you could create, like, a sort of, like, Temple of Doom kind of situation adventure within the cave and have the shop be there, that would be really fun. Smaller for a shop, yeah, definitely. So, let's go, it's a smaller volcano, so smaller tunnel system. I mean, we could always note, like, if there's more cave systems nearby, places that people might want to expand on later. You like the idea of it feeling large, but the area for customers being smaller. Yeah, like maybe you gotta walk through the volcano cave a little bit before you get to the actual store. Oh, like how you can see the chocolate getting made at Ghirardelli. Oh man, we are basically designing, like, the queue line for our ride now. Why am I imagining this as, like, a ride at, like, Disneyland or something? Alright, we'll make it a short walk in to get to the shop. Alright, so we can have some experiences there. I'll just let's put this on a new line. Show processes before reaching retail. Right, okay. So those are some good features. Do we want it to be kind of like a craggly volcano, or do we want it to be kind of like honed out, like people have maybe worked on these caves a little bit to kind of make them nicer? Oh, those are cute dancing emoji. Well, I also guess, like, how long do we think the shop has been there? Is it a new installation? But, like, is this a generationally established thing? Generational kind of makes it more fun, doesn't it? It's an old shop. Yeah, a shop with a P-E at the end. Hold on. We got this. There. How many generations do we think it should go back? I could tell you what numbers I gravitate to, but I always gravitate to the same ones. Could be new. Could be like a ghost town and the shop is the last place open. Fairy Cave meets shop. I think Fairy Cave meets shop might be the easier vibe to go for. Just because building out a ghost town is gonna involve, like, getting more structures in there. A devil lives there. Oh, well that's interesting. Should a devil own the shop? An imp or dragon is the shopkeep. And Shane says, like an old mining town. Yeah, I was hoping not to have to draw so many structures, though. We can definitely do an old mining town at some point. I'm just trying to keep the scope kind of narrow, because otherwise we'll go all over the place. I know me. I know several people in the chat. And attention is not always the strongest for me. Yeah, I like the idea of it being like... I'm gravitating more towards imp. I don't think a dragon would have a shop. I think the dragon would want to keep whatever it has. But I'm thinking, like... y'all have seen Rick and Morty, right? Like, the Needful Things episode. I'm thinking kind of maybe something like that. We can play around with that, of course, but... yeah. Old shop. Owned by devils. And I'm gonna put that... here. We'll write type. If I could spell it right. So probably the caves around the shop are smooth-walled. Okay. Shane says a shop by itself is fine, especially if it's part shop as well, since faraway inns in the middle of the nowhere are plausible. That's true. Well, I mean, volcanoes are conical, so we can give as much horizontal space as we need at least the bottom level. Yeah, I mean, we could make it part inn. That would be a service that we would provide. So, resting place. Let's fill in some things here. Yeah, we gotta be careful with vertical space, with the way we plan this out. The way that I typically like to do caves is I don't worry about the the elevation stuff. I try and figure out, like, the pathways that I want, and then I can kind of decide if I want things to, like, double under or over later. But I almost never worry about elevation when I'm working on a cave system. Is there anything else lore-wise that we think we want to add in? Like, we can tie in, like, items. We can tie in, like, if they've been using it to forge something, like, use it to, like, melt metal, forge things from the lava. We can maybe work something in there about the way they came up with the process. Or we can even, like, just say, like, oh, this cave is infested by something. Oh, yeah, right as I say that, Nick pops in, can there be, like, a species of creature that only lives there? Absolutely there can. We just kind of have to decide what kind of creature we want that to be. Exclusive creature. Do we want to make it a hostile creature, or do we want to make it, like, a friendly creature? Hostile could be more fun. Give the adventurers something, basically a motivation for, like, why they might want to buy things at the shop. Domesticated and hostile? So they take the hostile creatures and try and domesticate them, Zach? That could work. I mean, we could... Like rats on wheels running the shop. Well, I could say we could make it part of, like, a quest that's available in this area to, if there's some kind of creature that they're using for some benefit and they're using to domesticate, like, the adventurers would go out and, like, capture a bunch of them without killing them and bring them back. We always need more lava rats. Ooh, okay, so it's necessary to forge or make the shop's items, but they are dangerous to outsiders who mess with them? Oh, dangerous for outsiders to mess with. Okay. So let's write hostile to untrained / unfamiliars. So how would these creatures be able to help use the forge or used to make the shop's items? If we want to go the forge route, the thing that's immediately jumping out in my brain is like some kind of fire bats that can like fly around and move things around. Is that true? Silkworm's silk is poison if not handled correctly? I have never heard that before. I think my mind just got blown a little bit. Silkworms whose silk is poison. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's on the new planet Earth? Bat-winged lava worms? Oh. You realize I'm gonna have to draw this, right? Oh no. What are you doing to me? Alright. Alright. Lava silk bats. I'm writing it down. It's happening. I'm gonna have to reconcile that later. Oh, y'all are killing me. Alright, so how do the lava silk bats help? Do they produce, like, the silk they produce, is it used to, like... Okay, crazy idea. The lava silk bats eat the lava, and then the silk that they create is, like, super strong silk, and they use it to make armor. If you like that, give me a yes in chat. Iron silk. These are gonna have to be some hardy-ass bats. I like that. Yeah, okay. Shane says, I ain't saying guano, but... Nick says that the bats can travel into the active lava and bring lava to turn into armor. Oh gosh, guano bowls collect the whole set. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna say on the, bat fecal situation. But yeah, I like the idea of the bats can travel into the active lava. That, I think, would actually bring them into... We could make them a devil type if we wanted to bring this into, like, D&D terms. So let's add in can fly. Nah, not through. In and out of. Molten hot magma. Molten hat magma? No. Hot. My brain is all over the place. Liquid hot magma. That's the quote from Austin Powers. They swim/fly in lava. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you're going through air in the same way that you're going through liquid, that's, you know, it's essentially the same actions, right? Flying and swimming, it's both done in some sort of fluid substrate. And I think it would be absolutely terrifying if you were to stat this out and they have the same swim/fly speed. That's very scary to me. I feel like Zach is already statting out these creatures. so we know available goods and services now are armor and weapons. Nick, that is not nonsense. I love your nonsense. We're writing fantasy. Anything is possible. Yeah, they can fly around in the cave and dive down and collect the hottest part of the lava, which is deeper down. Okay, Shane's hit us with a fun fact. Weight is one of the main components of sinking, as such creatures wouldn't sink into lava unless they were heavier than the lava, and would actually be buoyant and float to the top. I mean, but if you take, like, aerodynamics into part of it, like, maybe they're, like, super aerodynamic and resistant to the... There's, like, a low frictional kind of situation. It's fantasy! Don't get me started on lava physics. It's fantasy, it's fantasy. I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt. It's fantasy. Yeah, I say why not? They can dive down. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to. They work to our machinations. Alright, do we want to do any more features and lore, or do we want to start, like, nailing down, like, some of the NPCs, or, like, sorting out goods and services available? These are lava silk bats. They swim. It's fine. Yeah, you know how, like, ducks can fly and swim? It's sort of like that, maybe. Oh, that's actually a bit terrifying, too. Anyway, they're like, we're making them, like, part devil, so they're resistant to heat anyway. Who runs this establishment? That is an excellent question. I think we are ready to move on, at least in the writing section of this, to some of the NPCs. So we talked about the owner being like an imp or some type of devil. And this is an old shop, so maybe it's been passed down generationally, or it could be like constantly usurped by other devils and demons. A devil that looks after all these creatures like a beekeeper. Well, I mean, like, they've... There's probably definitely somebody that does that job. Would the shop owner be the one doing that job? A demon ranger swarm keeper. Okay, so if the owner is the one taking care of the creatures, then they probably also have a shop manager. I guess, what is a group of bats called? Alright, to Google. Group of bats. A colony. Well, that's right on pace with the beekeeper thing, but I guess they'd be a bat keeper? Well, I feel like, to answer your question, Zach, of a shepherd with a lava silk worm herding animals, I feel like things that have the ability to fly are really difficult to herd. And I did just look it up. Bats in a group are called a colony, which is the same as, like, a bunch of bees. A group of bats is called a Batman. Come on, really? Really? No. We know, it's, first of all, Batman is singular. And also, how would he be afraid of himself? Oh no, it's my greatest fear. A Batman of bats. You found some lists that say a cauldron of bats. Or a cloud. He's the Storm Keeper. I feel like cauldron is maybe more appropriate for what these bats do. I don't know, maybe... I kind of want to go with that. My spelling is all over the place today. Would they run the items and the other things too? See, I feel like if you're a bat keeper, that's probably your full-time job. We've already established that they're hostile unless they are familiar with you or you are trained to handle them. You think the shopkeep, basically the manager, should be a more aggressive demon creature. Okay, so let's make the owner an imp. And then the shop manager is more of like a full-on devil or a demon of some kind. Yeah, so well, I was thinking like more in terms of like, you know, there's just these hellish creatures that run the shop. I wasn't necessarily thinking like Addams Family. I mean, we could certainly take it in that sort of direction personality-wise. Yeah, so the manager, we'll make him like a full-on, like, we'll just write devil for now. I'm not gonna bust out my monster manual and start looking things up to get it more specific. And again, like, I don't want to just constrict this to D&D. This is for anyone to use for any kind of storytelling they want to use. So we'll give the devil a shop manager role, and I like the idea of them being, like, much more surly. More intimidating than the owner. There it goes. Now my computer catches up. So the shop manager is gonna be more in charge of like buying, selling, that sort of thing, dealing with customers. The bat keeper is really in charge of like the bats. There's probably also someone who's forging the armor and the weapons. If that's what they are making out of that lava. So, there's gotta be some kind of, like, production person, or... Would they still be called a blacksmith if they're using magma as their medium? Hi, Weston! Good to see you, buddy! Glad you could make it. We are currently working on the features and the NPCs in this area. Haven't gotten to any drawing yet, so you haven't missed any of that. We're just trying to get our bones in place. Right now I'm trying to figure out, we need someone who's capable of making armor and weapons to go into this shop. because we have someone who's in charge of, like, getting the supply. A slagsmith. I like that. Slagsmith. So if the owner is an imp and the shop manager is a devil, what kind of creature do we want to be in charge of forging armor and weapons? And once we have these outlines, we can get more into, like, the actual characters. Rock Elemental, Warforged, Robot. I'm gonna shy away from Warforged just because I don't know if that is a copyrighted term, trademarked term. Stone trolls or something like that. Maybe a golem. Yeah, let's just make him a rock golem. Which makes sense, because maybe they are much better at dealing with the type of material. I mean, honestly, if you're a rock golem, I feel like you might be able to take some magma, squish it in your hands, and then boom, there's a weapon. Now, are there any other characters we want to add in? Fire Elemental. Fire Elemental could also be good. I feel like it's a little bit harder to think that a fire elemental would have the tangibility to be able to forge things. I think rock golem fits a little bit better. Do we want to give them any family? Oh, okay, there's an idea. So there's two slagsmiths, there's a fire elemental and a rock elemental, and they are buddies, or they are in good terms with each other. Alright, so we're gonna have to label them Slagsmith 1. Fire elemental, Slagsmith, Dose. And same as above. Yeah. We do love to have characters that banter. And Nick, I also really like your idea of the silk lava bats can land right on the stone golem, and they're like super chill about it. The rock golem has a pet rock. I don't know. What's everybody else think of that one? Is it a little too on the nose? I don't know. It might be a little on the nose. We'll see. I'll write it down as an idea. Oh. There we go. So right now we have 4 characters. It would be awesome if that was the idea, but turned on its head. So, how could we turn the idea of a pet rock on its head? Like it's actually alive? Oh, like an ice friend or a small plant that he keeps alive with googly eyes. Oh gosh. I feel like I've known people that put googly eyes on plants. Um, ice would be very, very difficult to keep in a volcano without having some kind of magic assisting in that. Oh, rock with R-O-C, the bird. Okay. Okay, that could work. I feel like the pet rock might not appreciate all of the lava silk bats, though. You need like a little guy to air traffic control everything. I'll just assign that to the bat keeper. Alright. Do we want to start kind of thinking out some of the personalities of these characters? Like, I'm already getting the sense that for the rock golem, we want him to kind of be that, like, big, sweet guy. Like, in particular, I can't remember the name of the character in Neverending Story, but basically the rock golem from that is what I keep getting in my head. Or like, or Ludo from Labyrinth, that sort of character. The big sweetie? We don't know yet. Of course, the trope would be, if we have the big sweetie character, that we gotta have, like, the little smart guy, too. Which would probably be the fire elemental. You know what, let's, can you hang tight for a second, everybody? I have to go run and use the restroom. I will be right back. Sorry about that, everybody. Next time I will not have a large lemonade before I have to stream. In my interim, we got some messages confirming, yes, the Ludo type. Captain Zack says jolly, giant, and mischievous fire elemental. Either that or make them Statler and Waldorf. Would they all play against type, like the devil just wants to help people out but nobody believes them? Oh, okay, so you're saying Devil Lady is like, okay, your room is ready if you wouldn't mind signing my guest book. Okay, so I think we've decided that it's a female devil, or at least female presenting. We can say that. More intimidating than the owner, but wants to be sweet. Viewed as a good host. Yeah, well, I forgot that we were also going to make this our resting place. So if we need a resting place, then we might also want like some house staff, like a cleaning person. Their room service. So like a maid/bellhop sort of character. Yeah, little lizard bellhop. Oh, okay, that's beautiful. It's a kobold. He's gotta be like otherworldly strong to carry all the bags. Maybe we can give him like a magic like what do they call those carts? Like we can give a magic cart that can like hold a lot of shit. I think he still needs to be somewhat strong. Maybe has a magic trolley. Catch up. I am apparently typing too fast for my computer to keep up. We're down for a magic cart? Yes. Cart of holding. Cart of temporary holding. It's not meant to hold weight for long periods of time. So if we're gonna do that, the big sweetie character, then this is gonna be... Wisecracker. All one word. For any of the captions there. Wisecracker, one word. So the imp character who owns this. Let's circle back to that guy. The Bat Keeper. It sounds like a bad, like, DC character. The Bat Keeper. Like John Turturro and Mr. Deeds. Yes, never underestimate the power of the sneaky. Which character did you want to be like John Turturro and Mr. Deeds? By the way, best part of that movie for sure. Oh gosh, I got off track. So the shop owner, how did they get to be the owner of this shop? Did they inherit it? Did they... The bellhop lizard is always camouflaged. Okay. Very sneaky. So yeah, how did the imp come to be the owner of the shop? Especially if there's, like, other employees that are probably more powerful than this imp. I mean, I feel like clearly they have to have some kind of Napoleon syndrome, right? Syndrome complex. It's Napoleon complex. Ooh, contract. Inherited devil deal. Yes, a deal inherited, like, through a devil is probably going to be a pretty good inheritance, I imagine. I like the idea, like, maybe he was very clever with a contract. Alright. Did it not? Okay, there it goes. I'm like, why didn't it write the rest of it? So I put down he was clever about a contract and was able to hostily take over the shop. Like a devil went down to Georgia Deal. He wished for the world's supply of iron silk. And then got stuck with the shop. Oh, wish gone bad. That's always a possibility. I do love a wish gone bad. Here, let's do this. So clean up my grammar a little bit. It's clever about a contract. He won a fiddle contest. I'm just gonna write outsmarted a devil. Previous owner. Come on, text, catch up. Alright. Do we want to say that the shop manager was the former owner? And part of the contract is now that she works for him? He can't get rid of her. She loves it there. So, like, I don't know if that necessarily answers the question I asked, but, like, I like the idea that, like, she just doesn't want to leave. Do we want her to be the previous owner, though? And she's like, oh, well, can I stay? Former owner. Nick says he likes it. But loves the location so much, she wants to stay. She thinks it's a promotion. Oh my gosh, just this delusional... No wonder this imp was able to trick her out of the, of the property. Oh, that's a good one, Shane. The contract says when all employees quit, he can sell the land, and she loves it, so she doesn't want to ever quit. Like, the part of the contract is like, okay, you can have it, but you can't fire people. They have to quit of their own accord. So let's add that into the features and lore section. No wonder, Surler, yeah. It's really hard to type when I can't see what I've previously typed. Come on. So I'm working on a different program than I was on the previous streams. This is Clip Studio Paint now, and I'm still trying to work with it. It's brand new to me, so I haven't done a lot with text yet, and I don't know if this is like a bug that everyone experiences, but it's taking forever for, like, I type something and then it takes forever to pop up. Gave up the property to the imp with the stipulation that the land can only be sold once all employees quit. The imp is not allowed to fire anyone. Yeah, that sounds like a beautifully messed up contract. Now I'm just gonna wait for the rest of that text to show up. Okay, come on. Oh, is it gonna be like this all night? Don't be like this, Clip Studio Paint. I've been really enjoying using you for drawing. Oh no. Did it freeze? Okay, good. Whew. Oh, I got scared for a second there. Okay, it's not frozen. It just really had to think about all of the typing I just did. As far as available goods and services, we have that it's a resting place. We have armor and weapons. We have a bellhop that can, like, bring things to people in their rooms or tidy things up or do whatever kind of gopher sort of jobs we need him to do. Is there any other good or service we want this place to offer? Or do we want to keep it simple and just like, here, you can sleep here, we have rooms, and we have supplies. Hope you brought your own food. The armor should be fancy looking and light. So intricate, lightweight. Oh, do you think we need a chef? Squidward the chef hates his job. Like, make a Squidward character. Or just insert Squidward into this world. Hates the job, but no other, Molonet? Molonet? I'm not sure what word that's supposed to be in the area. Oh, employment. Oh, that got real messed up in the typo. What if we give... I'm just gonna throw this out here. What if we give the fire elemental a romantic partner that can do the cooking? Could be the devil... Yeah, it could be the devil lady. Like... just as part of being the shop manager, that's part of it, is like cooking for guests. Again, it totally is viable to have a place where, like, hey, we have rooms, but we don't provide food. And I mean, like, if you're playing this in a tabletop game, you don't necessarily want to always have places that provide your players everything that they need to be at full health all of the time. Serving cold food would be the trick. Hurry and eat it before it gets hot. Shane says he's fine with the room but no board. Yeah, I don't know if cold food would even be possible. Like, even the beer is hot. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note here. No provided meals. We can make rations available in the shop, though, if you want. No provided meals with rooms. / no chef. We'll just say might add rations to shop items, depending on if the characters that you are guiding need it or not. Alright, is there any other service or good that we want to make available? Or is it just like the shop is specifically for armors and weapons and like maybe a couple of little sundry items? And if there's anything else you want to flesh out while we're here in the brainstorming phase, let me know now. also don't forget, if you are new to the channel, to hit that follow button underneath the video. That way we can reach our goal to affiliate, and I can pay some of my actors and performers and other artists, hopefully. Coffee, tea, and smoked meats optional. Do you, Zach, do you mean like it's up to the person who's writing the adventure or story to decide if that goes in, or are those going to be items that are available in the shop? Up to the GM. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just have option to add rations. Alright. Yeah, and again, if there's any other thing you want to flesh out on any of the characters, adding features or lore to the volcano, goods and services, this is the time to speak now. We have been brainstorming for about an hour. I'm sure we can come up with some more ideas once I get to drawing, but I want to get to the drawing part of things. So speak now or forever hold your peace. I'll give like a grace period. Pet Hellhound? Who's pet? We already have a pet rock. ROC rock. The Devil Manager's Pet Hellhound. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all the option. We can have the rock golem have a pet rock, or we can have the shop manager devil have a hellhound. One or the other, because I feel like 2 is too many pets. So from a story standpoint, like, either one of the pets can be like the friendly greeter pet type character. So at least for me, like, economically it doesn't make sense to have 2 characters that can fulfill the same role. Sam's choice. Oh no. Oh, you don't want me to decide. I'll take forever. I'm terrible at decisions for myself. I feel like the rock is maybe more interesting than a hellhound. Pet rock, but give it a dog's name. That I like. Come on, text, catch up. Alright. Any other changes we want to make? Cut this off in like 5 minutes and I'll get to drawing. If there are any last minute changes or additions we want to make, now is the time. Shane says he's good. Nightbot says go check out our VODs on our YouTube. Link in the chat. Captain Zach says onward. Alright, I think we can forge ahead. I have a vote, and I have a vote seconded, so I think we're ready to move forward. So I am going to switch to my pen tool. I'm going to go to a new layer for drawing. I'm going to zoom out. And I can resize that text layer later if I need to. What color am I drawing with right now? Oh, like a teal blue. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's just go ahead and grab black. Yeah. So, what we'll do is we're not gonna draw the shop name Forge Ahead. Okay, we'll go into text one last time to name the shop. Because we actually did not do that yet, so. It's a good one, too. Alright, now go back to the draw layer. Yeah, so we'll draw a cave system, not necessarily draw the volcano around it. We will indicate where, like, lava pools, areas where it's been capped over and might be explosive or dangerous. We'll denote those. But we're just gonna start with a cave system. So we're gonna have an entrance. Let's mark that at the bottom. Some kind of like cave entrance. Now, we want the shop to be back a little ways. So let's just draw in some kind of structure for now to represent the shop / inn. Shop. All right. So we know we want to kind of use the features that we have to have a bit of an experience before we get to said shop. So I feel like one of the first things that we would probably encounter would be some kind of lava pool situation where maybe some of the lava silk bats like to kind of hang out. So we're gonna build in a chamber here. And I can always unlock areas later. We have some kind of lava flow coming in. Maybe it tracks out that way, or maybe it just pools a little bit in this area. And then, these are bats. They're not crops, they're bats. So what we're doing now is we're just kind of doing a rough sketch. And then I'll go in later on my free time outside of stream, and I'm going to do a cleaner version of everything. So I think once coming through this area, seeing the lava bats, maybe it opens up into a larger chamber where we can see the shop. Boom. Boom. Let's have the lava kind of continue into this area. And maybe partially over here. Lava. Maybe there's like some rocks sticking up out of it that things can perch on, etc., etc. So if the shop is there, it's gonna have the rooms attached, and there's probably a separate area for the forge. So, not sure how I want to draw in a forge, so I'm just gonna draw a square and write forge in it for now. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. It's more important that we kind of block out everything first. Now, I think what I'd like to do is kind of connect these these lava pools together. So we're gonna add in a new tunnel. Just a narrow one. Something for the lava silk bats to use. So we'll just open that up. And then if we want to be able to include like some adventure into this setting, we can build some more cave system off the side. With maybe like a couple other chambers or forks. Where we can have some of those more wild areas. Part of the reason why I like to do cave systems is because they are so kind of open to however you can draw the chambers, since everything's sort of more organic. Alright, so let's make maybe this area be like that area where there are some areas where pressure is building up, like little lava pools that have been kind of like caked over. Maybe steam is coming out of them. Danger zone. Okay. Oh, what if we make this area back here? If the quest is to get more of these lava bats, then like maybe this is like the breeding ground. What do y'all think? They'll probably have access to this cave somehow. Yeah, like a nest area. Wild lava bat nest can be in like this kind of cave area. Have a little pool of lava over here that kind of reaches in. And then let me just kind of cross out some of the areas that are interlocked here so we know that these are not at all part of the system. That makes it a bit easier to see. Alright, let's draw in some more of those little bats. I'll try and make them better this time. here. Yeah, it's a little more bat-like. And these are bat tunnels. Alright. And then we need a deep lava pool for these bats to dive into. I mean, we can have some deep lava over here, because there's already a good pool of it. I think we might want to also build something off of here. Make a little loop around here. See where the pathing is. Everybody got quiet in chat when I started drawing. Oh, did I make it the shape of Africa? Kinda looks a bit like Africa. Let's get into a little cleanup here. These are like stalagmites that are stuck in the lava. And then we'll have part of this lava pool extend back into here. In fact, we'll make it so it takes up the majority of this, making it impassable. Okay, come on. There we go. Apparently, Clip Studio Paint had an update recently, and it kind of messed up with the eyedropper with working with the pen. So I got a little stuck there for a second. That's what that struggle was. I'm sure they're going to fix it soon. So that deep lava pool attaches to that lava. Gives another place for these bats to fly to. Actually, let's just take this whole side and open it up. Oh, Zach, you're partial to the brainstorming. Oh, your connection is rough, Nick. I'm sorry. I don't want to say something you already covered. That's fair. That's fair. There will be beds in the shop. Yeah, there's gonna be... We'll make it like a two-story kind of thing so that there's like rooms upstairs or beds upstairs in a large communal room kind of situation. I'm also partial to the idea of like... I don't know if y'all know this, but like in Victorian England, for people who didn't really have like places to sleep, there were like places where they could like hang themselves across a bar or like across a rope and catch a nap, and they would pay like a couple of pennies to take a nap. You can have that kind of thing set up there as well if we want. Yeah, different rates depending on what sort of sleep you want. Alright, Zach is gonna be right back. We will forge ahead. Alright, so if we have those lockers... Okay, so let's put something back in this chamber. Oh. What happened? Did I move it? Yeah. Alright, so we have an empty chamber over here that we can add some kind of feature into. It's one of the furthest back areas from the cave entrance. I should probably label that. At least for myself for later. No, don't do that. You know what, I think this it's like a big lava hostel. Yes, as long as it's not like a hostel like in the movie Hostel. There's nothing really going on in this area, but I'm wondering, they probably need somewhere to put like the leftover slag and garbage and things like that, so maybe this is like their landfill area. Does the forge include all of the cooling of weapons as well? Yeah, it would be like the whole, like, basically like a small-scale factory sort of situation. Like, it's the like, a whole smithy here, but everything is sold through the shop. All the garbage they might just feed back into the lava. That's true. That is a very good way of disposing of things. So let's go back and we'll look at some of our brainstorm ideas and see if we get an idea of something that we can put in that empty chamber. You know what we could do? Since the contract is such an important thing for the imp to have possession of, maybe we can figure out like a little hiding place for it in here. Staff housing and personal area? Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if I would call it housing so much. It's probably more like they just put up some walls or something to kind of separate areas out. And then maybe there's like, here's a bed. And like some boxes for personal goods. And then there's probably like one down here too. Just like where they go when not at work. Okay, so then let's see. The devil doesn't need that because they love work so much. She'll just stay in the shop. Bellhop kinda has to stay in the shop, but like the fire elemental, the rock golem, and the shop owner can all have like little areas back here. Because I mean, if we're going to draw from history, most of the time people like just lived wherever their shops were. But again, this is fantasy. Maybe they have like a 2-minute commute. Yeah, let's get rid of that for a sec. Do any of them have families? Yeah, I did ask about family when we were putting the characters together. But I didn't see anything in chat. Oh gosh, it's supposed to move the whole thing. We could do something with the pet rock, possibly. Like, if they have, like, magpie-like tendencies, they might be, like, hiding shiny things somewhere. Again, we could, like, have somewhere be, like, where the actual contract is hidden, that adventurers might be able to dig up. If you got any ideas, toss them in chat. But we hadn't built any family in. And this would probably be one of the warmer areas of the cave. Maybe the contract is displayed instead of hidden because it is so powerful? Okay, so my question is, if the imp has a Napoleon complex, I feel like they might want to... surrounded by fire circle. Yeah, I feel like they might be a little bit paranoid about it. Oh, what if we put, like the bat house? Or the bat hive? And I mean, if the imp is in charge of all of the bats, I feel like the safest place to hide the contract would be, like, with where the bats all sleep. I don't know, is this tracking for y'all? Let me know. There's, like... Bat house. For funsies. Hot spring. That would also have steam. So yeah, the nest is where the wild lava bats are. The ones that have not been domesticated and trained to do the lava diving for the purpose of forging the armor and weapons. The bat houses would be the ones for the domesticated ones. Bat contract power off zing. So these are the domesticated bats. And I did put in like a hot springs area, so if anybody needed to go and relax, there's that. Stopping 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. So I think if we're happy with the layout and kind of just the general features of things, I could start going in and getting in there with some more detail. is I'll create a new drawing layer. I'm going to take this old drawing layer, I'm going to make it very faint. I'm going to take my new drawing layer and we're going to start going in and defining some things. Let's choose dark brown color. And again, caves are some of my favorite things because there's really no wrong way to draw the shape of a cave. And then, because I am a lazy person, I'm just gonna copy that. I said circle, copy. Center. Okay. I'm just merging the layers of all three bats so now they all move together on the page. All right. Let's continue to sketch out these pathways. I'm going to expand the lava pool here out. We can narrow this area a little bit from our original draft. Okay, and then we'll in the lava pool. Oh, a little thick. Have a good night, Zach. Glad you could make it. And just so that we know what's going on here, we'll add some movement lines here to show that this is molten. And we'll put a couple of like, oh, I want more of an angle, not that much. Like a couple of rocks sticking out of it. And probably over here add. Oh. Gently now. Some stalagmites. If I zen out, I apologize. Please enjoy the music. Let's connect this around. Put some lines through here so we know this isn't walkable area. It's a little craggly at the beginning. We're gonna keep going with the craggly areas while I've still got it in my muscle memory for my hands. Work on this little bat tunnel. Draw in the lava line for this next bit. Ooh. Ew, I don't like the shape of that one. Nope. Nope. So much of art is just hitting the undo button. Okay, I'm happy with that one. See here. So the shop area is gonna have smoother walls to it, like they've been honed out a little bit more, so you don't want them to be nearly as craggy. Let's thicken that. There. Just so it's a little more obvious that that's the cave wall. What'd you miss? Just watching, drawing, listening to music. I'm changing some cave shapes a little bit to kind of make them look a little bit less jagged. Like jagged in a non-natural way. So right now I'm just kind of drawing in where these features are. This will indicate some of the flow of the lava. course, is pouring out into here as well. Oh, that's real thick. I'm gonna draw that. Oh. Thanks, Shane. It's getting there. I think by having the extra stream time, it's been nice so that I can actually, like, do a little more detail work on some of these. Let's take a look and see how that's comparing to our original sketch. So if I turn off the original sketch, that's looking a lot more like what we're going for. Let's get this blocked out because this is not a traversable area. Unless you're very good at digging. Thank you. Caves are awesome. Has anyone in chat actually gone to, like, go spelunking before? I've only been one time. Like, up in, like, the Gold Rush area of California. And it was a lot of fun. The cave that I went to was not, like, difficult to traverse, though. It was pretty much like a straight line cave. You've been a couple of times, Shane? That makes sense, Nick, that you're not a small area guy. It's very, confining, and I'm sure for a lot of people it'd be super uncomfortable. Now these are the steamy areas. I'm going to smooth out the walls a little bit because they've seen more moisture, more erosion. And then of course in here we're going to block out these areas where it's not walkable. What caves have you been to, Shane? Oh, that's supposed to be smoother. Let's get a bigger eraser. Let's do that area again. Alright. Smoother lines. Areas affected by steam. Then a little hot spring zone back here. Obviously eroded by water. It can get more craggly here. Let's thicken that line a little bit. Gosh, the pressure sensitivity on this pen is crazy right now. Keep it light, keep it bright. There we go. A couple of the caves around Shasta Redding. Are there a lot up there? I didn't get that far north a lot of the time when I was living in California. more than we'd think. Now, I feel like this is gonna have to be raised up a little bit. So we're gonna do that, so we can do a little bit of isometrics here. Lifted side over there doesn't need anything extra. Maybe a little bit more outline so that we know that it's up higher. This one also should be a little bit standout-ish. So like underneath there so that we can see that there's flow coming in through here so that we can have some consistent flow throughout the cave system. So if I turn off the old layer, we can kind of see like the lava is coming from up here. There's some sort of tunnel system where it goes underneath. It goes underneath this little raised area, and then it flows down into towards the cave entrance and into where the wild bats are. Because there wouldn't be too many opposing currents when it comes to lava. We can at least use that much for realism. Alright. I can copy some more of these bats and put them into the wild bat area. Let's grab those. Oh. Nope, don't do that. I don't want my Windows menu. Thank you very much. Okay. That extra. We've got a tiny bit of a karst left. We'll just erase that real quick. Okay, now these bats can move up to here. Let's stick them to the layer underneath. There's a little bit to erase still. Normally I don't get this far on these. Usually there's a lot more information to take in though, too. Alright, let's get these patchy spots in where the lava is hardened. Okay, we can turn off the draw layer. And pen. I'm going to take the size of my pen down a little bit. Usually for water, I do the old mappy thing. Just add some waves in. Just indicate some steam escaping. Need these. funky steam vent. Let's add some steam around the hot spring area. Oh, it was nice having you, Nick. Glad you could be here. Sorry it took so long to see that. If anything, maybe you'll catch that on replay. We've got most of our natural structures in. I think I need to add some things back in the wild bat area. So let's add in like a group of stalagmites. Gravelly. Oh, thank you for following. I'm just gonna, yeah, it's playing. Thank you for the follow, Nick. A little texture onto the ground. Got our lava caps. Oh, you know what we need? We need to indicate some flow through here, so we know that lava continues through. This is where the bat houses are, so what bat houses actually kind of look like are got like long skinny legs and then a structure up top. No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys just because I'm holding down shift. It's not how it works. So with actual bat houses, they fly up underneath them, and that is how the bats get in and out. Let's make that a little bit shorter. Little cleanup. Because when I want a house, I want a picture of myself on it. No, We're just gonna denote that it's the bat house that way. Alright. Now I can copy that. Let's just use our rectangle. Actually, let's cut that and paste it first so we can put it in a place where I actually want it to be. Here. This other one can go here. Maybe they both like kind of group over here, and that's more of like a hot spring stone. Merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. Okay, so we've got our bat houses. Now I can concentrate on the shop and the forge area. Now I know I'm gonna have to look up what a forge looks like. But we can draw in a shop building. And we gotta remember we're making sure that there is room on the second floor. So let's start here. Oh, that's the eraser, isn't it? I would like the good pen, please. Oh, are you not working? Okay, we'll switch. Oh, is that what I wanted to do? Oh, I see why. Because I have a limited area selected. It wasn't the pen. Pen wasn't doing that at all. Okay. No, I don't want sticky keys. Stop doing that. Memo to self, go and turn that setting off. Just gonna add some windows on the side so it looks like a real shop. Maybe there's a little side door. That's gonna be level 1. Level 2 will stick out. Ooh, not like that though. Let's zoom in. Might as well go a little Tudor style and get some overlap. Nope, no sticky keys, thank you. Right, and then we'll get some extra windows on the second floor. No need for a door to the outside here, though. The last time, sticky keys, no. Nope. Don't do that again. we go. And just for good measure, let's put one of those cute little... Oh, let's choose a color for the pen. Put one of those cute little round windows on the attic level. Add the crossbars. I feel like the ones on the bottom would be more plate windows so they could have like displays. Alright, let's see how that looks. Hey, not bad. I just need to add in some texture here. Make it look a little less thatchy. A little more shingly. Add in some texture. Okay. Bids and shop. Check and check. So now the last thing I have to do is the forge. So I should get some references. Let's look up medieval forge. See if we can get some ideas. Okay, well they're mostly showing me like a blacksmith's hut, and that's not exactly what we're looking for. Okay. So I'm actually, I don't think I need that underlayer anymore, do I? Let's turn that off. So what I'm looking at, it's like a box with a cut off pyramid on the top of it, open at the bottom with the hot material underneath. So it kind of looks like, let's try and get one here. So we have a box on the bottom, and then it kind of goes up to, let's finish off that box. Box on the bottom, and then it kind of comes up to a point like that. Gosh darn sticky keys. So, kind of like that. Let's extend that down some. there's like an open space cut into it. So the open space is kind of like here. Cut out that, so... Just draw some lines back. And then it kind of cuts in a little bit to here. And we'll erase this bit. That's kind of the image that it's showing me, and then like the fire goes in the bottom section of it. Takes these lines, and then this line will go back like that into there. And then this line erases completely. It looks like a funky Easter Island head. But that is supposedly what a medieval forge looks like. So I think if we do that, and then we just put in some other tools, it'll make sense. What I will do, though, for this is I will put in some smoke. Not the eraser. Give me the good pen. Smoking. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how I'm gonna draw fire down in the bottom, so I figured if I just make smoke, it'll look like at least something is fiery happening down there. There. Other essential equipment needed for blacksmiths. Would we want to use an anvil? Would that be something we would want? Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? So anvils are kind of like, oh, not that much of a curve. Yeah, they come down. They have like a little like that. Then there's like the shoehorn looking part of it. That goes back some. Usually like drops down a little bit there. Here's an anvil. There. Yeah. Tongs, bellows. This is quite zoomed out. So I don't know exactly how much detail I need to put in as far as tools go. I feel like tongs would end up being kind of tiny. Ah! Extra unwanted line. I feel like the hammer next to the anvil, though, we could definitely get in there. Like, it's leaning against it. There's a rounded side, usually, and a pointed side. Oh yeah, I was zoomed pretty far in. there's the whole thing. I might scoot the shop in a little bit more towards the wall, actually. Now that I'm looking at it. Nope, a little higher up. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so let's see here. take a look at some other forges and see if I get any more ideas. Maybe if I type in Tolkien, it'll bring up better results instead of just trying to show me things for Dwarven Forge. Okay. Okay, yeah, you know what? We need to add in, like, big old buckets for these bats to carry. We can put some around the forge, and we can put some around the bat houses. So let's zoom in more. They're gonna be pretty sizable. How can I indicate a spout? A spout on the other side too. Let's see here. Boom. I'm gonna fix that a little bit. That side's a little wonky. Not up. Okay, so we're gonna need a bunch of those. Here we go. Copy, paste. And then move some over to here. Paste. Oh, no, where did I paste it to? Oh, on top of the original. I think that should be good. Right, just merging all of those layers together so everything gets locked into place. Oh, and of course now I get the hiccups. Alright, so do I want to draw in some of the characters? I think my answer to that is yes. I'm gonna start with the rock, though. Get some references. Yeah, they're pretty big. It's beautiful, it's extravagant, and most importantly, the artist said, it's good enough. It's, you know, when you're working on a time constraint, you learn how to, oh gosh, I didn't mean to move the whole thing. No. Stay back there. I thought I was on the pen. You learn how to, look past some imperfections to kind of meet deadline situations. Let's figure out if we put our big stone boy here, we can put his birdie on him. So maybe we can just kind of allude to a big stone guy. I'm gonna do this on another layer so I don't mess up any of the art underneath yet. bugs at all. You can be holding like a tinier hammer. Can move him up over by the forge area. And then go back here. We'll erase underneath him so that we can see the whole body. Boom, boom. He's a pretty big dude. Merge down. That's okay, because he's gonna have a big bird too. Big bird. Well, it's the rock. They are pretty large. I mean, it at least needs to be as big as the bats. This is like hella crooked. Why is the bird sitting like that? I don't like that at all. Back, 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 back. You know what? I think I need to pull a better reference. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, it does make it as a new layer. Okay. Yes, I know this is a World of Warcraft rock, but I'm going to trace it a little bit. Just to get a general shape. Whoa. Okay, I guess that is the color I was drawing in. I just didn't realize how brown it was. Oh gosh, I don't like that angle. We'll clean that up a little bit. Angular. tracing is totally legitimate. Real artists trace. They do. Tracing is legitimate. It's the way people learn. And the idea isn't that I'm trying to copy it exactly. I just want an impression of it. So that when I grab it, I can size it appropriately. Where is it? Transform. How big are the bats? Okay, a little bit bigger. Put it near the top of the roof of the inn. Yeah, I think that'll be good if we put it on the roof. Oh, that came out pretty good. Yeah, it's really, it's more about getting the shape of it than it is like defining details when something's this small. Yeah, and the AI art is very strange. Like, gosh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want the other layer. There's a couple of like websites that I go to kind of look at AI art and like kind of try and work with the algorithms to see what I can make it do. But it's really hard to actually make it do something that might be something that you actually want it to do. Like, it takes a lot of coaxing, a lot of trial and error. You know, it does its best. It's never gonna be as good as getting a real human artist that you can communicate clearly with and like you can go back and forth with. I mean, when you decide to make like some AI art, it's like you get charged the amount or whatever it is that they're doing to like get compensation for what it is they offer, and then it's like, here's the input and it spits out whatever. You don't get to like alter it or change it without like putting it back through again. So it's kind of like hit or miss. I've made a lot of terrible AI art. Merge that down. We've got our rock buddy. And oh gosh, do I even want to attempt to draw a fire elemental? You know what? I might call this for now because I do feel like I am running out of steam. And I feel like I've taken this as far as I can right now. I'm gonna have to go back in and do some fine-tuning anyway, add in maybe some color, but for now, let's leave this as is our volcano shop, which is named Forge Ahead. To wrap up, though, I realized that we did not name any of these NPCs. So let me get some quick names for some NPCs in there and we'll just toss them right in. For the bellhop, I'm gonna go ahead and come up with a name for you. You're Quizit. Our rock golem has a face already and everything. Let's see. Your name can be De Vanilla. I like that for the Femme Devil. Oh, auto mode held a Really? That's what it filtered out? Oh, I'm gonna allow that. Whatever. Oh no. Yeah, I like for the female devil, De Vanilla. And then I like the idea for maybe the imp owner of the name, but I'm gonna change the spelling just slightly. We're gonna drop the C. and double K it. So his name can still be Pecker. Peckers, but we're just gonna spell it a little more differently. And then we have a rock golem guy, and we have our fire elemental, who I haven't drawn yet. For the fire elemental, I almost want to, like, what is a way we could spell, like, the sound of something going up in flames? Like when gas catches. Like the whoomph. Oh, backdraft? Backfire. Ooh, I like backfire. We're gonna go with that. Backfire, and then the rock golem. He's just a big sweet rock. I'm gravitating towards, like, something like gravel, or let's find some gravel synonyms. Oh, concrete. I kind of like concrete, but let's make it. Oh, I think I didn't put that all in caps. Maybe one E there. Dune. How about concrete spelled like this, Shane? K-O-N space C-R-E-T-E. And then, of course, the pet rock would need a name, too. You know what? I don't think this guy's a big dumb sweetie. I don't think the pet rock's name is going to be too crazy. I think he would just call it Rock. Rock the Rock. And you know what? I think I'm happy. I'm gonna get this more flushed out, get the map looking a little bit prettier. And I'm gonna be back at the end of next month, last Wednesday of the month, for another one of these streams. Hopefully I will be all caught up with the other stuff. Yeah, exactly. For our concrete, rock is super easy to remember. It also lends itself to a lot of, like, fun confusion later when people don't know if he's warning them about falling rocks, or if he's talking to his bird, or if he's demanding rocks. But we'll come back to this. Hopefully next time I can show you a more finished map and everything and have handouts for you. But I just wanted to say thank you everyone for being here. I know that today was a little bit of a later stream and it was a little bit longer than normal, but I think it all worked out for the better. I'm super duper happy with how this looks. But, yeah, in the meantime, while you're waiting for everything to come back, we do have more stuff coming out soon. Weston's art stream on Tuesdays, Live with Lava Sub is always happening week to week. We've got Iron Hearts every other week. It's not going to be this Sunday, but the Sunday after. Thank you, Shane. I do think it turned out great. And then I feel like there's more stuff I'm forgetting to promote. Go check out the Willow podcast that we have, Ignore the Bird, Follow the River. It's available on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. And it's also now available on our YouTube page. And if you feel so inclined, you can contribute to the streams, either by hitting me at my coffee specifically for the World Building Wednesdays, or you could go to our Patreon. I'm gonna toss the link in the chat. where we're gonna be offloading a bunch of our extra content and secret stuff. All of our updates are gonna be going there, as well as some sneak previews for some upcoming projects. So if you have $3 to spare, or $5 to spare a month, and you want to help out some artists, that goes towards all of us improving the streams, being able to eat and keep the internet on, all of that good stuff. But I think I've talked enough. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I will see you probably in less than a month, but for this, in a month. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.